Joined in the studio by Justin from Broken Love. The Thunder on the Tundra Tour with Royal Tusk goes down tonight at the Exchange, and we're really happy to have you here, man. There's a lot of buzz around you guys right now in this country.
Oh, thanks for having me, man. Glad to be here.
You guys had your heart set on debuting your debut album back in November.
Yeah.
Things changed, had to move it, but doesn't it feel kind of perfect that Broken Love is going to drop an album on Valentine's Day now?
I know, it's like it's kind of perfect. It's a match made in heaven, I guess you could say. And we sort of did that purposely.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there was an issue with a little bit of the vinyl pressing, so we had to push it back to this date. But it seems so fitting.
Yeah.
You know, it's like whether you like Valentine's Day or not. And the band's called Broken Love, so I guess it's like a little.
It really just ties in.
It's a little literal, you know, but. You know, you can get it for your ex or you can get it for your newfound lover.
Now, I saw you describe the band on the website as not too macho and slick, but edgy enough for the punks. First off, what does that mean?
That's actually a good question. We try not to be super, let's say, very rock, so to say. We try not to tie into those like cliches that rock has sort of found itself falling into every now and then, especially today, with a lot of just the more mainstream bands. We're not saying that's the wrong way to do it, but you know, we're not all about like the glitz and glam and like being really flashy with the clothes or wearing makeup or whatever, and you know, leather jacket, motorcycle, that kind of band. You know, we try to stay away from that thing because we're younger guys, and the music that we like to listen to is not, you know, is not that, I guess you could say. Of course, we grew up with it. I grew up with a lot of, you know, leather jacket, motorcycle bands, of course, but we just feel in today's climate and just with the youth, it's just not what we gravitate towards anymore. So that was sort of that's sort of how we categorize the macho thing.
Right.
Not that we're like telling anybody that that's the wrong thing. Again, like I don't want to step on any toes here, but that's sort of what we meant. And we don't take ourselves too seriously. Like when you see us live or just hear us speak at any time, like we're just a bunch of like hooligans, you know. So we definitely have like self-awareness, and we're not trying to. We don't have this holier than thou attitude.
Well, and that's important these days too, because there are a lot of bands that come out and they almost try to portray themselves as something bigger than they are, or they do come across as a little bit too serious, and you tend to see those bands, they fizzle out pretty quick.
To us, it's just not cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, why? You know, isn't rock supposed to be fun at the end of the day?
Exactly.
Even if what you're saying is serious and the words, you know, are true, and that you're telling true stories that mean a lot to you, which is truthful in my songs, but it's like at the end of the day, I don't want to portray myself as like this, you know, woe is me sort of like, you know, artist or whatever. Yeah. So we're just trying to have fun.
You guys are rolling on Shot Down right now. It is a monster hit in Canada, but this is a long time in the making. You guys, in August of 2018, were trying to find people to help you shoot a video for this song. What's it like a year and a half later to see it climbing up to like top 5 on the Canadian charts?
It's pretty unreal, actually. You know, I didn't expect anything to happen.
Yeah.
You know, of course, like, you know, when the record label stepped in and the record started getting some traction amongst like, you know, the industry people and all that kind of stuff, I was like, okay, cool, like things are happening. I don't know how quick things are going to happen, let alone we dropped the single in Canada like a couple months ago, maybe like 4 or 5 months ago, I think, and it's already top 5. And I get to hear it like every day because I'm from Toronto.
Right.
I hear it every day just driving down the street, you know, which is like insane because I've been listening to some of these stations for my whole life, and now I get to turn on and hear my song, you know, and it's, you know, just being able to have that sort of success in the place that I'm from too is amazing, because you know we've been in the States and the song did its thing in the States, but you know, I'm Canadian at the end of the day, and it's nice to have you know, your own people sort of support what you do, and I find it's more prominent over here than it is in the States. We really take care of our own over here, so it's pretty amazing. It's
got to still all be fresh to you. I know you walked in and we've got the big TV here in the studio, and I just threw on a live show that you guys did last year, and your response was, well, hey, that's me. Like, is it still weird to think that you guys are a big rock band?
I mean, I guess I don't consider us a big rock band at all. Like, I'm surprised that people even come to our shows and know our songs. You know, I really don't expect anybody to come to the shows just to see us. You know, and we're opening for bands right now. So, like, our plan is just to have them sort of do all the heavy lifting, and then we're just like a band that their fans stumble upon.
Right.
So I've still I can't wrap it around my head that people are like actually into this band, you know, because it's still so new and you know, I guess it's just, you know, I still live at home. Like I'm only 22 years old, so it's like I don't get to walk down the street in like the city and potentially have somebody go, wait, are you the dude from Broken Love? Like, no, like that doesn't happen to me, and I don't know when it's gonna happen, but
that's the goal.
Still, I guess that's the goal. I don't know. I just it just really hasn't hit me yet, I guess.
It's a tough trade-off because you want your band to reach that level. You want people to know your band and your music, but it is also kind of nice going to the grocery store and not being harassed.
Right, of course. and I feel like more so, at least with rock, I feel like fans are more respectful. You know, in that sense, it's not like a pop star where like you get mauled if you go to the mall or something like that. You know, I feel like Dave Grohl walks down the street and you could just be like, yo, Dave. And he'd be like, what's up? But you just know that you shouldn't bother him because, you know, he's a cool guy and he's obviously busy. And I feel like that's an exclusive thing in the rock world.
Yeah. Speaking of major bands, can we talk? You want to talk about the level you guys are on? Can we talk about you guys playing a festival with Limp Bizkit this summer?
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
For real, though, you guys are on some huge festivals this year with Slipknot and Metallica and all these other crazy bands. That's got to be super exciting to not only be on this tour now and going across Canada, but knowing that's the future for you guys. That's what's in store this year.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty nuts doing, we did Aftershock in, I think, November or something. And that was the first time I got to see our name beside like Tool and Korn and Slipknot, which is like ridiculous. And now it's happening again. And, you know, just going back to the other thing, saying that like, you know, it still doesn't hit me that people really like this band yet. My like sort of outlook on these things is like, wow, I get a free Metallica show. You know what I mean? Like, it's super cool that we get to do it though. And it just, you know, giving thanks to all the people that actually put us in that position. It's really amazing just to even have our name beside their name, you know, like I never thought that was going to happen. I've been listening to these bands my whole life, you know, to see my name beside Metallica. Like, that's a dream come true, dude. I have a James Hetfield poster in my room, you know?
Like, so, to this day.
Yeah.
Okay, we talked about big name bands that you are going to be playing with. I was looking at some of the bands that you have played with.
Yeah.
One of the names that jumped out at me is just being like, that's an amazing band name, was Milkshake Policy.
Milkshake Policy.
What a great band
Yeah,
name.
That's a pretty cool name.
You guys have played like all across Canada, all across the States. Are there any other like wild band names that still stick out in your mind as like, I can't believe we didn't think of something like that?
I mean, just with some of I guess like one of my favorite names was this other band they're from Cobourg, Ontario, called Cleopatra.
Oh, nice.
And that's such a great name because it's like Cleopatra, and like they kind of did their own spin on it, and it's really badass.
Nice.
Can I say that?
Oh yeah. Right? Okay. It's a rock station. You're fine.
I hope
I've said worse.
All right. That was one of my favorite names that I've heard.
Right.
And then obviously like one of our favorite bands we tour with is called Dinosaur Pileup,
which is just a great name. 100%.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, and also like the sound of the music kind of sounds like the name.
Yeah.
You know, and they're just such great dudes and just like an amazing band. So I honestly just chose them because I wanted to talk about them real quick. And I miss those guys.
Yeah, they were just through here. They just played with The Offspring
of
Moose Jaw not all that long ago. One of your tours with Dinosaur Pileup, I saw you guys started this sort of new tradition of a cooler being passed from band to band. So I want to start with, where did that come from? So
originally, the legend goes, should I say, I think it was a band called Broken Hands.
Okay.
Also from the UK, I believe. I think they got it when they were on tour with Shinedown. And Dinosaur Pileup and Broken Hands, and I think Bad Flower were on that tour with Shinedown. And somebody needed to get rid of a cooler, and they gave it to Broken Hands.
Okay.
And then I think what happened is at the end of the tour, DPU didn't have a cooler, so Broken Hands is like, here, take our cooler. And then we did the tour with Dinosaur, and at the end of the tour they have to fly back to Europe, so they're like, hey guys, like we can't do anything with this, do you want to take this cooler? And then we just sort of came up with this idea together. It was the last night of the tour, it was in like Boston or something like that, and we're like, man, why don't you guys sign it, you know, sign this cooler, we'll take it, we'll put some rules on it, and then at the end of a tour, if we feel another band is worthy of the cooler, we'll pass it on. So
this is like a holy grail kind of situation.
It is.
Yeah.
And we want this cooler to sort of like, who knows where it'll end up, whose hands it could be in, and like, what if it's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in like 25 years?
That would
so
be
many
amazing.
bands. It's already gone through Broken Hands, Dinosaur Pileup, my band, and now Royal Tusk has it.
They still have it.
Yeah.
They haven't found anybody worthy yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
So we gave it to them on our tour with Pop Evil. We didn't give Pop Evil it because they have a big tour bus and like fridges and
They
stuff.
don't need a cooler.
They don't need a cooler. But we gave Tusk the cooler because they were definitely worthy, and they're just, they're all around amazing dudes. So we gave them the cooler, but they actually told us a couple days ago they have not yet found a band worthy of the OG Natty Chest is what it's called.
One day.
Yeah, one day.
I'm excited to see where this thing ends up next.
Yes.
I want to ask you, as bands get bigger, the fans start to get a little bit more rabid, I want to say. They get more involved. They get a deeper love for the band. And I've seen some of your fans have already made like some artwork and stuff for you guys. What's the craziest or coolest thing that a fan has made for you and for the band?
A fan reached out to me on Instagram, and I think she actually got a tattoo of this, which I have already.
The band logo.
The band logo, she got it on her, and that was like the first person to tattoo anything of ours on them, and I thought that was wild, because again, I'm like, who are we? Like, why do we deserve a place on your body?
Yeah.
That's
pressure.
It is pressure.
You are part of her life for the rest of it.
That's it.
Because laser hurts.
Man, and we better not let her down is what I'm saying, because that is a lot. And I mean, 1,000 thanks to the person that did that. And, also the idea sort of behind like designing this thing was that even if you don't know what it is, it's just kind of a cool thing.
It is a good looking logo for sure. Now I see you brought a guitar with you. You going to play us a tune here?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you thinking?
I'm going to play our newest single, Flies in the Honey.
All right. This is Flies in the Honey. It is Justin from Broken Love on 104.9 The Wolf.
Queens and kings, we cut the wings, kaleidoscope in our eyes. Hungry for industry, light enough to get high. Poison in the wine, shame in the money. Diamonds in the sky, your hands getting bloody. And all these different color pills, drop them only for the thrill. Fill us up till we can feel as flies in the honey. Yeah, there's something in my mind falling every single time, but we just can't get it right. Flies in the honey. Oh! Flies in the honey. Vaseline, amphetamine, the antidote in my veins. Kerosene all over me, I'm walking close to these flames. Poison in the wine, shame in the money. Diamonds in the sky, your hands getting bloody. And all these different color pills, drop them only for the thrill. Fill us up till we can feel as flies in the honey. Yeah, there's something in my mind falling every single time, but we just can't get it right. Flies in the honey. Oh! Flies in the honey. Poison in the wine, shame in the money. Diamonds in the sky, your hands getting bloody. Yeah, all these different color pills, drop them only for the thrill. Fill us up till we can feel feel is finding the honey. Yeah, there's something in my mind falling every single time, but we just can't get it right. Finding the honey.